People are watching others playing online poker and stuff like that. Never got that.
Oh, this is some kind of disease.
It's like,
It's fucked
why?
up.
Like you can, like, yeah, because there are like even free kind of casino games out there. It's like you know because one could argue that it's about I don't have money, so other people watch, I don't know, PS4 games or something. But why casino games? Like there are a bunch of free ones out there, and it's all the same. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. By the way,
mhm.
I can show you what I am currently
Yeah,
stopped at. It was basically the same thing that I discussed with you earlier. So
yeah,
I'll just
mhm.
show my
Sure.
screen. One moment. Uh, it's streaming currently.
Huh? Oh, cool. Yeah, and I can click here.
So the basically technical idea is that the whole control, uh, as you can see in the lower window, the ball is moving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The camera is scrolling, but the controls are kind of independent of the thing that I can jump using impulse force.
Yeah, cool.
So basically, uh, the main problem is that I cannot somehow, I'm using, like, it was hard to implement a camera that would follow and track the movements. So basically, if I look at it like that,
Mm-hmm.
where's forward? Forward is here. So now S would work backwards, W forwards, and so on. So it's basically good. But I want to make it so, for example, if I look this way, it will be forward, but not left or right. Currently, it's left or right. So it's kind of fucked up.
Oh yeah, I see now what was. Yeah, because I guess your thing here, yeah, 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 is that you are using uh, basically your control depends on the orientation of the camera, but then your camera would depend on your motion. So the thing with that is, I got, like ages ago, I got into something like that, and it's like a self feedback, or that eventually it would spun out of control because,
Yes, exactly.
yeah.
Because if I use
Mhm.
just, for example, another camera which will be like connected to the player,
Mhm.
if it will be a child object of the player, fuck, like this, and this camera will be always connected. If you see the feed from this camera, it will just spin uncontrollably because I'm using. Well, you can see it.
Mhm.
It's like going crazy.
Mhm.
It's only because it's not flying around the ball itself,
Mhm.
but it's connected to some kind of model, and it will just spin every time because the sphere itself is spinning. It's moving by using um, like a vert. How one moment. It was moving by
Sure.
vector three directions.
Direction. And that's set up to the axis.
That is for jump.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I checked if the player is grounded, therefore it can make unforced mode impulse if it's grounded. If it's not grounded, you cannot jump. But
Mm-hmm.
still,
Mm-hmm.
there is a small problem with that because this ground check is somehow bugged out
Mm-hmm.
by I do not know what correctly. If I place this camera here, I'll start the simulation. Basically, I can jump, as you can see,
Mm-hmm.
and even if I'm holding space, last time my problem was if I hold space, it was just fucking flying away because it
Oh,
was implementing impulse to the to the y-axis.
yeah.
So basically, space made impulses to y-axis. Now it's making a short one impulse because it checks if it's on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
But still, if I would show you, there is my check mark that it is grounded.
Mhm.
I somehow found the bug that this check mark checks not frequently enough. So maybe
Mhm.
it's like I can make double jumps like this,
Oh.
but it's not implemented by me. It's some kind of bug, but I may leave it like it is. I do not know how it will be in the finished project because I do not know why this check mark of grounded like is not like working properly from the start. However, it makes a good double jump.
It's a
I
feature,
don't know why.
yeah.
Feature, yeah. The bug is a feature.
Yeah.
The problem is that I do not know if this bug will work on all platforms like this. Like, for example, if I just change the motherboard or change the keyboard or something, will it behave the same, basically?
Can you open up the code?
Sure.
Yeah, so like ages ago, I started with a 3D platformer and I ran into the same kind of issues there. Like, and also the big one gonna be, I think it's kind of, there is a workaround for that, but moving platforms, especially if you're working with physics entities or physical object. So, but I reckon it's the, yeah, update rigid body, yes, space. Is grounded. Force. Yes.
If you are like my code isn't good, I can like
No,
explain you.
there is no bad code. There is just a work in progress code. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So I think it's because the update is not getting called fast enough. Let's say
But it should be updated each frame.
each frame.
It's not.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that.
Maybe it's the problem of iteration of uh, that if statement
Well, yes, and there is.
specifically.
Mhm. And there is also another kind of update that runs when the physics engine is running. But the thing is that it should be called every frame when it, like because it's like the simulation is running, then the frame update is happening. So
I can basically I can, for example, add some kind of add this stuff on purpose, like for the update to be a bit slower. Basically, adding a time constant, for example.
well, or print out the time or the frame number. But it should be like, because it's not fixed update, I just checked that it's updated. It should be every frame. So you
Yeah,
add the
but
force.
kind of strange stuff is that if I uncheck that it is grounded currently, which can happen, my simulation bugs out. Oh no, it's not bugging out now. Weird. So I do not know why in so much little code there's so many bugs already. I fucked something up.
That's how it is. Also, there is another thing. If you wanna, that helped me a lot with these things. Let me Google that for you. I think it's called debug dot break or pause or something. Debug dot break. So what that's gonna do is it's like a breakpoint encoding.
Yeah, I used it in my password manager.
Cool. And
debug
so
stuff.
and if you put the debug.break into your if statement, we can see.
It should be like just break.
Well, it can be, although if you put the debug.break, then you can step through it from Unity. But yeah, it should, like if you would just write a C# code by itself or something, it just break and then it breaks. It gets out of the scope actually. Oh yeah, maybe it's a function call with a
class
parentheses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you play it now, I think we could.
Mistaken statement.
Hmm.
Interesting. Where?
Let-
This should not work. This is a
Mhm,
feature implementation for future. Basically, I'm checking colliders,
mhm.
and this will make some weird stuff to my ball, like inversion of gravity or something like this. This is just a test for if I can collide with an invisible object and do
Mhm.
something. For example, like the print statement or something. But why is it stopping on this? It should not be that kind of problematic.
Possible mistake and empty statement. If maybe collider other. Oh no, you're pressing it there. Print.
Weird. It never stopped before
And
on
what's the
this
line
kind
number?
of
Is that what's the line number? Possible mistake
this
14. Where
possible mistake with empty statement. What?
if you double click the compare tag in the code,
Uh,
and on Mac I think it's command.
I'm not on the Mac. It's Windows.
Yeah, although there is a key command that opens up the Unity.
Show potential fixes.
It's
What? Look at the hint. What the hell?
that's weird.
It should
Oh,
not
you
be
know
like
what?
this.
Because you put the yeah, because you have the semicolon at the end, and if it's an if
Yeah,
statement. Sorry.
and it wasn't there before. What?
That was weird.
It was working before.
Yeah,
How?
yeah, yeah. No, I mean
Bullshit.
like it can actually fuck up your like I once I wrote a project and the whole thing got corrupted because it just filled the actual script files with junk. Basically, I couldn't follow on.
So as you can see, it broke,
Mm-hmm.
and it's breaking instantly. The collider of floor is like it's all you can't see it. It's 1 pixel wide. So it break just now as soon as I pressed jump. So basically now maybe there's the problem because it starts not on a collider and it checks for colliding. What? Let me
Mhm.
see. Okay, it collided now. As soon as I press space, it's not even moved an inch.
Oh yeah, because it now it's in the paused positions.
It's in a break statement.
Yeah, yeah.
I
So if
get
you press the if you press the play button now,
it should move around as soon as I press like space. It should break.
yeah.
One moment.
So press the space now, as in play mode.
It's playable.
Yes, and now space.
Wait a moment. As you can see, when I collide, it moves up a bit.
And so yeah, also because we're gonna have to check the. So just to streamline your debugging workflow, if you unpause or unplay it for a second.
It's okay. It's on a pause.
Oh yeah, you can pause the two. If you close up just the mesh renderer and the sphere collider, so we can see the rolling ball. Oh yeah, on the inspector, sorry.
Yeah.
Or just roll down, it's just...
It's grounded.
So it's grounded, and now if you unpause and press the space, and now it's ungrounded, so...
And that's it broke, yes.
Oh, then there is, if you, the right to that, there is, you can step through this frame now.
Okay, it's like on pause, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So and
as you can see, but still, if you move fast enough to, for example, to the left, it gets off the ground a bit when it collides with the walls.
Yeah, and let's see if is grounded. Yeah, that stays that stays as is.
What the fuck?
Yeah. How about if you change the update to, although update should be called more time than that, but if you call it on fixed update. Nowadays I just start to code in fixed update most of the time.
But how about if we do it like this? It should be not grounded. And if we start,
Mhm.
oh, get the fuck out! Come on.
And it was still in the is grounded state.
It's okay. So basically, if I removed grounded, and see if it will stop instantly. Nope. Why? Why?
Because you haven't pressed the space button. Because it's like
It listens for my statement, I guess.
yeah, for the whole statement. So like space
So
and
basically,
grounded.
it's if because the break is here.
Yeah.
In the space if statement.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the
that's why.
space that triggers it, and then oh yeah, and that's why when you just hit it, or when it just gets off
Because
ground
it
by
listens
itself.
for my input from keyboard.
So
Okay.
so instead I would move your space if check inside the as a start inside the is grounded check, because is grounded is checked every frame, right?
It should be is grounded at start, as you can see. On collision stay.
Oh, I see, and you're using on collision. Yeah, that's also so. Yeah, so because it's usually done in with a raycast, obviously, because you can collide to, let's say, a wall or other things like objects that would throw that off, but although it wouldn't really explain why is grounded wasn't why you had the double jump basically. But I remember that I had the same sort of issues like years ago when it was I think something like that, like I had to change it to a raycast, an actual raycast.
So basically, my whole like I worry about that this bug will stop working at some point. So at some point I will have to implement some kind of time constant which will like check the grounded flag. So I can actually make double jumps and stuff, because currently it's based on a bug. So the main problem why I actually called you is so as you can see, it uses like global settings of how is it
Orientation
called?
of
Yeah,
the
global
coordinate system.
orientation. So the forward is always like this forward.
That way.
And I want to be it like dependent on the view of the camera. So it is currently not dependent on view of the camera. So if I leave the, as you can see, it's always it always looks in this kind of angle. So forward is always there. Even if I press left, right, is always. So yeah, controls are not dependent from the world.
Yeah, and also
camera change to the dependence of the controls.
Yeah, and also
but it can lead to weird stuff too, because if you add an impulse, as you can see, the how this thing is
direction
called?
Or the coordinate system orientation.
No, this arrows stuff.
The orientation. Like, those are the orientations of the axis.
Orientations of the axes are currently spinning around.
Yeah.
But still, if I press forward, it moves forward from the initial state. So even if it's now, it's like moving forward.
Mhm.
The funny bug that I can encounter in future is that if I move forward, like I'm using impulses, like
Mhm.
if I move forward and I spin the camera around, the ball will probably spin around too because the forward will be changed all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in the current situation. I do not know what to do next. How
Mhm.
to realize what I'm
What
trying
you,
to make,
yeah, what
basically.
you wanna do. Yeah, so because you, yeah, the thing is that you're gonna have to probably decouple it from the. So what would
Right?
happen is that we would treat the sphere by itself, so let it roll by itself, so the axis could, it would be free form basically, but the.
Yes.
Mhm.
The solution to this problem, as I saw, the
Mhm.
guy that talked about math,
Mhm.
he is basically
Exactly,
made.
using trigonometry to.
Yes, he
Yeah.
extracts everything that happens here,
Mhm.
every spin, from the camera.
Yeah, yeah,
So no
yeah,
matter
because.
what, camera always looks forward. So basically, it's
Mhm.
stuck in this position. You can move it around, and when you move around, for example, 358 degrees is extracted from the position of the ball
Mhm.
to the and added to position of the camera, and it's always happening. I do not know if it's a good solution to this kind of issue.
Well, yeah, because on one hand, because what's going on, right, is that you want to apply the impulse from the perspective of the camera, so you have to
Yeah.
project it from that.
So basically, this should be a straight line forward, which
Yes.
is always forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's somehow connected to the to this global orientation and local orientation, but I do
Hmm.
not know how. Basically, the ball all itself moves always on global orientation. So the global orientation, as I understand, is like an orientation of everything on the scene.
Yes, of the core, yeah, of the master coordinate system.
So
Yeah.
basically, I need to use local orientation and somehow do what?
Well, there are the different kind of solutions for that. You can, yeah, offset it local. You can also do that in the way that you get the vector from the camera globally, and then you apply the force globally. But the thing is that I got into same sort of thing because in physics, uh, basically, yeah, transposing the vectors.
Maybe I'm just missing some kind of setting inside Cinemachine. Maybe I'm this stupid.
No,
But
I mean, like
still,
you are on the right track. I think the guy, because you mentioned the trigonometry stuff, and I think that's what he's doing there. He's transposing the the force. If you got what I mean.
yes,
So.
I as you can see, I have same orbital transposer. It's like currently the settings
Hmm.
uh, are independent. The camera is independent of the movement, like spin of the ball.
I never used Cinemachine before. That's a,
It's very complicated.
yeah, it's a
It's
new
like
kind of addition, and
too much settings around. So basically, it's simple follow with world up. Basically,
yeah, 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 yeah.
this is the This is the right setting.
Hmm.
Lock on target with roll up. No, it's not connected to the camera. It's I think it's connected to. I need to change something in the ball itself
Well, yeah, if you
to
if
use the coordinates, these kind of local,
yeah,
his local coordinates.
exactly. So.
But still, the
Mhm.
ball needs to spin on itself.
On itself, yeah. So what I would do is grab the camera's uh, vector 3 forward, and that's gonna be your camera's forward. That's a really kind of quick a dirty solution, because then we would have to
But the
normalize
ball
it.
will
So let me.
It's weird because the ball. Imagine if the ball is spinning like
Yeah.
like
Yeah. So the thing is that so
if you, how to control this scene? One moment.
sure, no worries. Is that fine if we also
So
gonna do some game thingy we don't in like 10 or something? In the meantime, I open up Photoshop and maybe I can just have to grab my pen
so as
and paper.
if you take the camera
Mhm.
forward,
Yeah,
basically if you grab the forward, how I
vector of
forgot the
the
word.
camera or the direction.
Yeah, if
Mhm.
the direction of the camera is
Yeah,
always forward,
yeah.
the ball will not be able to spin like it does now.
Be-
Or it
how
should
come?
read inputs only when I press on them, on buttons.
I mean,
Hmm.
so because you're definitely gonna need the camera
If
orientation.
I spin the camera,
Mhm.
don't I change the axis of the spin by changing the view?
Well, I think camera or vector tree, basically transform dot forward, I think is. I'm just trying to latch on my drawing tablet here.
I just I'm
It,
sorry that I derailed your conversation.
no worries. No.
I
I told you that we're gonna, or I gonna help you out with that part of the Cody. So
I can wait if needed. So if you want to, I just ran into your conversation and ruined it basically.
yeah, no worries. And
No problem.
I will go. In
Uh,
the meantime, I'm gonna give you a bit of info on that. Based force. See. So because I think at force relative to camera direction to camera. So and yeah, they are using fixed update here, and that's why.
Maybe I just should somehow read the manuals more.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. I still read it like a Bible nowadays. So in general, I'm gonna send this link here, and while we talk about the game with Dante, you can look into that.
Yeah.
So transform
Okay.
direction,
Okay.
yeah, and then it's in JavaScript, but they have a kind of description here, move direction. Yeah, because there are multiple ways to do it. There is the quaternion ways, which is like almost we are closing on the E8 octaedon. That's almost like quantum physics stuff, but it's basically a 4 variable kind of rotation thingy, or how you fix up orientations and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the thing that they are using here. The forward equals normalized, if you're gonna look at that. So what's that's gonna do is check the normalized direction of the camera, and it's gonna apply that force according to that camera. But we're gonna get back to that later, and I think that's gonna help to figure out some of the things. And yeah, and then we carry on with Auntie a little bit, if that's fine.
Not a problem.
Sure, and we'll get back to you later.
Okay.
Yeah. So Auntie, where we were?
well, we didn't get that far. Just the well, where to begin? But how about you? How's stuff?
Oh yeah. So yeah. So I was doing. Where is Maya? Yeah, so I was doing some modeling and texturing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So where was I? Yeah, I started. Sorry, I started on the. I'm not sure when it's gonna be opening. Go. Photoshop.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's opening now.
Okay.
Photoshop. Oh yeah, I'm on the Twitch link because yeah, I use the Restream thing, and that's that can only stream on these networks. Or I couldn't figure out how to do that on Discord yet.
Okay. So, but does it mean that we can still have the call from Discord, and then you just stream it from your
yeah
computer?
yeah. So I think you will be able to see my stream. You might have to mute that for the echo. Not sure.
Let's see. Yeah, I already checked it, and yeah, it was running. Okay, now I can see. Yeah, it's all good.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I put this one up. That's a work in progress for the interrogation room.
Yeah.
So I still gonna do some touch up on the chair. Yeah, and on the door there. So that's why it's white and stuff. Then interior scene, prison level 2. Was it this one? Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what I was doing last time. It's like a modular piece for building, because in the trailer. Yeah, in the trailer, what what we're gonna do is we're gonna have the cutscene thingies, and then obviously the gameplay part, and that's like the pieces for the gameplay level. So that's what I kind of build up, some box there, and I don't know, some rails and lights and stuff. Maybe I should and make it kind of modular, so it's gonna be easier for us to. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that later. To kind of build that like just one after the other for like a quick scene, as a cut in between. Let's say when. Yeah. So and now I'm gonna open. Yep.
Yeah, that seems smart. Like, don't have to jump in and out. You can just move the camera, and it'll work the same way.
Yeah. Hopefully, and I mean, I'm still figuring out if I gonna build the level modularly here in Maya or in Unity. And what happened here? Because there we go. Cool. Yeah, the idea was too much effects. There we go. So the thing here is, yeah, is that's a work in progress still a bit, but the ship would come down from somewhere like here into this landing pad kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they would have a walk over this area right to the. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Right to the trapdoor. It would open up.
That's okay. Yeah.
Oh, come on. And there would be some cuts there, like yeah, like I'm gonna have to fix the orientations there, something like this. So the initial cut would be something like zoom in from. Where are the? Yeah, the foliage is gone, but they're like kind of, I'm gonna do some kind of foliage there, and obviously, yeah, that's how it would be, like zooming in and a little bit of rotation, something like that. There would be a cut, like something like this, as the sheep comes down. Yeah, and maybe a close up, something like this, as they get out of the sheep and they have a walk like this or something. Then another cut where they go down here, opening this thingy, and then they walk down there. And then another cut where they already here in the elevator, right? Like, talking and stuff like that. Yeah. Then a cut back to the interrogation room, which is in another scene as of now.
Yeah.
And the things happening there. And then then there was an element, prison level, right? I just can't really open up quickly the presentation you had on the storyboard, but there is a scene, where there is like a really cool piece, an art piece, where it's like they have kind of like like a pod. You remember, like in The Matrix or something, you made a drawing of like there was like a container of like a human container or something like that. Yeah, and I was thinking that basically there would be the next kind of shot would be is that
next scene,
the next
scene from there.
Yeah, the next scene would be is that I would build some kind of door over there at the other end that would open, and they would have their walk with Mijo, like so, like coming here, and Mijo is looking around, and then another cut through this kind of window part where Mijo is looking into that part that you draw on with the container.
Yeah.
And then and then this exact scene could transition into the gameplay with these other elements, and then that would be a demo of the gameplay, like with the boxes there, like some boxes laid out there, like for shooty part and stuff like that. And then that would be something like 10 seconds or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, about 10 seconds of the gameplay, let's say. That I'm gonna show you where we are at with that as well. Basically something like that, but with running, and then on the side it would show that an actual video camera of a live footage of me or somebody who is running around with the phone and actually showing that it's like AR, augmented reality, and syncing it up with the footage, and then carry on with the interrogation scene where the play out happens, where Mijo gets into the door, and then Indusa realizes her powers, and then maybe another scene of these corridor runs, and then a cut back to the prison elements 3, I think. Maybe it's another one though, because I the foliage somewhere gone, I'm not sure where. And then basically there would be the cut to this outer piece, where the big tentacle monster would would come, and there would be the beast that I started to texture. So there would be the outside part. Probably I'm gonna redo a little bit the scale, so scale down these platforms and some other things, so we have more of a space here to have the action. So,
that sounds reasonable as the
so something
just
something like
checked that the windows and the
Whoa.
people and everything are like in right proposition. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably when we're gonna have like oh, my eye's falling apart. For my
Yeah.
Mac, actually, it's kind
Yeah.
of laggy.
It's.
Oh, but I think
We're getting in a good show.
yeah, it's all the VFX included.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that would be like the closing part that
Yeah.
you know. And so for that, we don't save this for now.
Mm.
And
Yeah. You know what?
Mhm.
Now as I see more of your um, 3D 3D work and texturing and everything, it's fun to see in that way. That just happened today that I went to this local arcade, you know, these kind
Oh.
of places. Yeah. It's like I haven't been there ever, but since I'm on a holiday, I thought that, well, let's get the kids to have fun, and they didn't do it any time before either. And
Oh.
yeah, there were like these really classic games like that Time Crisis 2, which
Yeah,
was,
man.
yeah, that's that we played it through with the kids.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and like House of the Dead,
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
such good games. And yeah, now as I watch all the graphics, I'm like, wow, it's getting there, it's getting into something like that, and it's really nice.
Yeah, so because that was my kind of idea. I'm not sure if I have the videos of like the really first build of the
Yeah,
night, but like yeah, like
yeah,
the House of the
yeah.
Time Crisis kind of thing.
Yeah, I remember you once showed it to me. I don't remember how far back was it, but yeah, and it's really getting there, and like
Yeah.
even getting, as I'm seeing more of the buildings and more of the um, modeling and everything, and it's so nice to see in like live, like in the arcade, and it's the best like in that way. And like now I can like really feel it coming together from all of our stuff.
Cool, man. Happy.
Uh,
Happy, yeah, because you see, that's the thing. Like, I usually demo your art because that's so cool on one hand, and on the other hand, we got really like kind of ahead with that, right? Like like we had you actually you had a lot of art done, like in these some years, right? Like, and let's be real, when before I was like working, I only had time like doing it on weekends and like yeah, here and there, and going crazy at
yeah.
the night times. But now I have a
Yeah.
bit more kind of thing time, and so yeah, we are getting there, I think. So we are making progress. I think by end of year we're gonna definitely have the trailer together, that we planned with this. I know that there was some iteration, but with this prison part, with this with the last one, because I think that's quite
Yeah.
streamlined. We have
Mm.
proper storyboard for it, so I can just crack on,
Yeah.
and I basically work off of those.
Mm.
And we have a lot of artwork, so I can just kind of jump in and start like not die not die, but like
Yeah.
start texturing the beast.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
don't die. But yeah, I still gonna have some doing the base metal and like the guns there. So at the bottom
Mm.
of it there is also, I made, I think,
Yeah.
the kind of exhaust for, oh yeah, there we go. So I have
Mm.
the exhaust there, but I gonna work on that a little bit, like
Mm.
recoloring stuff, and things. We have characters, so the
Mm.
thing with the characters, I think what we are missing is I already put up a show where I was started to work on. Maybe Maya crashed, so I just gonna do Maya again.
Yeah. Hey, definitely. There's still some stuff to do, like as you said it, like there's kind of already good amount of artwork. But if there's something missing, I can help with it. So if it's like fixing like some texture from some side, like as you were thinking that if
Gotcha.
that maybe so because it's not too big thing for me to do if there's just need. So feel free to say if you find some part like you are thinking that could be added or something missing. And yeah,
you were using which one was the 3D painting sculpting?
The Forger
right.
app.
You reckon if I would export something like this with the base texture on in an OBJ format, do you think that would open and can be worked on it or something?
Yeah, like the interrogation room.
Oh yeah, we tried that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's working fine. It's working fine. I'm not sure how does it like the Forger app itself. How does it export? Like I feel it's doing its work kind of well. But yeah, it's a sculpting app. It's not for like Verity's editing or anything like that. But like it really, if you have sent me any OBGs, then I can easily go through them and take some screenshots and paint over like I did. So yeah, no problem.
Cool. Yeah, because I was thinking, so let's say this one with Fix. I started to work on Fix, or the one of the operation of Fix, the holographic kind of part.
Are you sharing? Are you screen sharing now? I'm not seeing.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Oh yeah. It's somebody. Yeah. Sorry. How is? Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I'm still doing the.
No. Okay. So good. Now I can see it. Nice.
Yeah. Let me know because my OBS is just sometimes like. I don't know. It changes the scene some. Probably I mean something, but yeah. So I started to do the Fix apparition or the hologram, and I'm still gonna have to do the UV for that, and some base mesh for the head. But yeah, if you can play around with that, I might send you some base mesh of that around weekend. If you fancy, or tomorrow or so. Oh, maybe yeah, tomorrow is a bit early though for that.
Well, yeah, I can have a look. I can yeah.
Because I think it's empty. So if we would just do that, would that be okay? Because he had more than one tail, right? Like he had this double tail, or was I mistaken that? Or just one, like
one. She had one. At least I saw it in that way.
Cool. Yeah. Now I can remove it easily, and we can fix that. Sure. I was just thinking, that the Japanese Kitsune had multiple ones, and I thought that it's like that.
It's I'm not opposed to it. No problem. If it's well, if it's working in the animations and all, you know more about that, then it's all fine by me.
Gotcha.
No problem. And yeah, maybe it's like a nice edge to it.
I was just, yeah, we can redo that. And actually, you're right. I mean, we can do double tail animation. It's just probably more time consuming that way. Although, yeah, but yeah, maybe with one tail for at least the apparition is probably better. But yeah, that's where the fixed part got. You know, that's because it would be there would be a role for it in the what's that in the trailer? Sorry.
Yeah.
And on the game part.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Did
go for it.
you lose the screen share again?
Oh really? Oh, I mean, yeah, man. Oh, sorry. I just gonna. Maybe it's this thing. I have a. Thanks for letting me know because it's just like. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell. I wasn't sure if you put it off or anything. Yeah. Hey, but one thing.
Yeah.
I remember you did some. You said you did something on Indusa, that you had some initial go on her model and something like that. Is it something you need me for, or did you get do you need like a face paint on it or something?
Oh, I think. Oh, yeah, because I was thinking. Oh, well, it's just gonna be some hair, but I think I'm gonna be able to extract it from existing artworks. So that's. Yeah, that's all cool. That's I think maybe in some of my streams as well. In Duza's like first run of of her. But I mean, I think we can.
Wow. If it's good, then I can leave it there in your hands, no problem. Like I just didn't notice it. I've tried to keep a trace, but maybe I missed it somehow.
No, it must be. Yeah, I'm not sure about the streams. But maybe. Oops. Sorry. Oh yeah, because those doesn't have the what's that like? Oh yeah, I had the street crow. You are right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's basically like that, like extracted your texture and.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe I haven't have that one there. Oops. Yeah, we can leave that on. Well, yeah, basically, we are good with Datasoft now.
Okay.
Because I was thinking that Street Crow, and so that I realized that I'm gonna need also another spaceship to get done because. In my head it was stupid because I was thinking that the beast is the one that's kind of bringing them into the prison, but I realized like, hey, no, the beast is gonna pick them up, so I'm gonna probably repurpose that or maybe make a new green one, like a generic one later on. I just realized because I was like, oh yeah, we are fine with the ships, and I was like, oh, no, we're gonna need one more.
Yeah, there was that one. Yeah, did I send you the one I painted, the pretty basic one, like the pretty corner? Let me see. This one, which has like the big big light on and everything. Can you remember this one? Let me see if I can. Because if that's fine, then you can just model on that. Sorry, just a few seconds. I'll browse through my pictures.
In the meantime, I check if how.
There, this one. Okay, I'll send it to you.
Sure. Pop it into the Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Let's
also
see.
thinking. Oh yeah, now I remember.
Yeah, that's pretty basic shape. Nothing too
I remember now.
special.
That's cool, man. Yeah, so I think that's a good one. Then I'm gonna build this one, I think.
Maybe. Yeah, it's not like very. There's not like too many shapes. Like it could be pretty easy to model. Only the kind of the rear and the front has those kind of engine kind of thingies.
Oh yeah. And in
or
the middle part,
thrusters.
Right? In the middle,
Sorry?
sorry, just to interrupt. The middle part is kind of like a hedge door, or like
Yeah.
That's where they would get out. Let's say in the shot. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha, cool.
Just that. Yeah. Like a hatch.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hatch.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So
You go ahead.
Vector 3 of camera main transform forward. It should be a floating number, isn't it?
Three pieces of floating numbers. Yeah. It's a vector 3 of.
So it's I can encapsulate it in a variable, basically.
How's that? Sorry.
Can I encapsulate these three numbers in variable?
Well, in an object with the vector 3. So there.
Basically like this. One moment. So I need to get status from camera.
Vector 3, camera maintenance or forward. Yeah, that is a vector 3.
Camera. Okay, so then I get the forward from camera, and I basically take this forward and apply it to my ball.
Yes.
Okay. I'll try to figure it out.
Well, and so what I would do is you're gonna have to multiply it with the magnitude. So, and dependent on, so the thing, okay, so it would be because you have horizontal and vertical. So it's gonna be something like, let me see, x. How is it? X is forward, Z is left, right. Okay, so it's something like this. I'm not really like. It's probably not exactly like this, but the thing is that you would.
Wait a moment. This code is not C#. It's Java.
Well, it's Unity script they call. Yeah, but yeah, we can convert that to C# by changing types. So it would be like something like your forward vector times. It's not, I gonna have to look it up, but the thing about that, it would be something like you have your
Oh, okay.
forward vector and you would multiply it with a vector tree that is your
From
from
my
from
ball.
your kind of axes, and the 0 is basically the up and down, the z axis, if it makes sense. And
Oh,
that way you kind of, I mean, yes, that's how it is, because then what we are doing is that we have a vector, right, that is in the direction of an orientation, basically an orientation that is facing
this is
in
so like
yeah, I mean,
fucking with my brains. It's like coordinate system is like what?
yeah, I mean, so it's
The
a
relative coordinates of every object in the game.
oh no, man, I
Uh,
mean, exactly, that's the same thing that we got into issues with Vidanti on this augmented reality shooter. So basically now I'm
yeah.
gonna have to rebuild. You see this project? It's like a man, I was working it for years. But the thing is because I'm gonna have to rebuild it, so I restarted it. That's what I wanted to fill in Antti. Because
Yeah,
the thing is exactly
go ahead.
shoot. Yeah, so I'm just gonna show you some. With the ball, we can make the analogy, and then I draw the other thing. So, oh, do we have the pen working? Hey, almost. Okay, 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 okay. All right. Oh, come on, man. It's like 80-year-old Mac. It's kind of not up for the task. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Okay.
You are
So
showing something somewhere.
so that's the ball, and
Where?
let's say it have an orientation of this, right? Something like that. And
If you are showing something somewhere, I cannot see it.
oh, it's
Are you
on
showing it
the
on stream?
Discord. Yeah, it's on the Discord stream thingy.
You have no Discord stream available.
Or
currently.
not Discord, but Twitch. Sorry, I made.
Oh, okay.
I sent you guys a link about it.
Yeah,
Because I'm doing this.
I see the game.
Oh, the game, and not the Photoshop thingy.
No.
Oh, maybe a high now.
I can see the stream on YouTube at least. That's working fine.
Oh, maybe the
Okay,
YouTube
one
thingy.
moment. Do you have the same nickname on YouTube?
I think, or it's Dream Interactive, but I can send you a link to that too.
Sure. Because I see the gameplay that you showed me yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
It's like, and I can hear our voices too.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I sent you a link to the YouTube thingy.
Wait. Now oh. Now I see everything. You can show.
Good.
Yeah, that's cool.
And stream ended. What the hell?
So it went
what
for
is going
about
on?
long.
One moment. It's probably from my side.
It's all fine.
Okay, now it's fine.
Whoa.
I'm sorry for the technical issues.
No problem.
Yeah, we know
It
how
happens.
it goes we know it. So because the thing with your thing is that let's say you have a ball like that's oriented like this, right?
Yeah.
Something like that, and you have a camera. I'm just gonna put it like here, that is oriented like that. So what's happening is that we take this orientation basically in this vector tree.
Yeah.
And then we multiply. Yeah, I haven't used it in a bit. I was doing the mouse thing. And So then, obviously, what we do is we check the horizontal and the vertical axis that we multiply. So we have a way bigger kind of vector tree. And we apply that over here regardless of the ball orientation. So, or kind of force is along these
So
axes.
basically, I need to change the whole control system.
I'm not sure right now. I can't really recall how you added the force now. That's game development in the sense that like we rewrite a lot of things, but yeah, probably what you're gonna have to change is that you're gonna have to add the force globally or something like that. So because I'm so yeah, we can actually okay. So because there was something like that, if you and at the same time now I show anti where we are with the thing. So with the because I started to redo the enemies. I'm not sure Antti if you recalled, that we had the state machine with the AI. Fuck that. Why is it so crap? Sorry for that. But basically what I was doing is I gonna destroy him and he gonna have an impulse based on the point and direction he got the shot. So let's see, you saw it was from the left, and now if I gonna shoot it from the right, he gonna fall to the left, right the opposite direction. So
it's basically the same thing as I'm trying to do.
In the sense that
almost.
Yes, in the sense that you see, so it goes to the other direction, basically.
Yeah.
So because the thing there is that I had to transpose forces. Oh, come on. That was the FX gameplay. The box. So there was some things with that, right? Oh, maybe I should just open it because I was using two kind of objects there. Bullet interfaces, eye enemy, eye damageable, and the sorry is just I'm gonna need a new machine eventually. Take a shoot, there we go. Yeah.
Do you like Apple machines?
Yeah, I mean this one is 8 years old and it's still kind of like I'm streaming, that's why it's so slow, but I can kind of work with it. And if you imagine 8-year-old, like I never had a PC that runs so long and like
well, I'm a technician, so all my machines are like mutants. I had a machine which was with a confidential experimental CPU inside from Intel.
Oh wow!
Overclocked to the max. So to 12 years old, it's not even a number. So.
Oh, gotcha. Whoop! Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to. I'm not sure about the resolution.
So much text. Wow.
Yeah.
In comparison to my little scripts.
That's fine. Wow. I mean, like I have, like let's say this eye damageable interfaces. That's it. That's my whole script there. It's like for
okay.
It's like a contract.
Yeah, but you made methods, so.
Yeah.
Where's the method? You collapsed it.
Oh yeah, the damageable. Yeah, these are basically signatures. So it's like it's a signature for a method that interfaces are good for like communicating between objects and pieces of code. It can be used for like application programming, for API and stuff like that, but basically it's a common kind of channel to interface between things. So I have an eye damageable.
There's a strange thing. I'm kind of newbie into programming, but if you're using void methods, they should not give out any data. You should use public to give out some data. or I'm wrong?
No, you are right, and exactly that's why, because these are methods. So function is the one that gives you a return value, right? Like, I don't know, function
Yeah,
add the two numbers together returns a plus b, and the void is a
yeah.
method. A method is basically something like this, like on the hitbox, I implemented the iDamageable interface. That's the interface here. That the only thing that it's doing is that I implemented, let's say, dimage. That's already here. Dimage, kill, and shot force. These are the pieces of the contract. And let's say on shot force, the only thing it's doing is just doing things on the object. So it's not returning anything.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
just
it's
kind of
like
like
existing.
operates
It's
on the data.
existing. Okay.
Yeah. It's just kind of operating on data, or just operating on the object itself. And you were right, like, yeah, we would need data types and public or something if it would have a return type, basically, or a return value. Yeah, but that's how that part kind of implemented. So you see there is the shot force vector. I just assigned two vectors. So on raycast shoot, actually it's a little bit more tricky, but it's a viewport to vert point where I get the camera vector.
So you get the camera coordinates, you get the viewport angle, and you take this angle
in the
and
global.
add it to the to the animation, basically.
Yeah, so what's happening here is raycast origin this way. If you look at the viewport to vert point, is that it gonna grab it in a way that is in the
Maybe I should use something similar in the way that when I press my
global.
controls, it should grab something like raycast vertices and add it to my controls, basically. On the moment when I'm pressing the buttons, not always.
Yeah, I mean, and I think you don't necessarily need the raycast version, because what is happening here is that we get the basically the origin of the camera of that thingy, and the middle of the thing, and just draws a vector. But the thing is that it gets not in the local space like 1 0 0, but in the sense that, let's say, if it's offset, it's yeah, I guess you got the point. If it's offset, it's gonna be like 2.1.7 or something, because it's quite high and to the left.
Okay. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, these are like these are like that's deep things. So we are talking about here. So that's what I was talking.
Big brain time.
But yeah. Straight to the deep end. But that's how we do it. So what I wanted to tell Auntie about is that so this is the old kind of build we had, or the original one. Obviously it's still working. I really hope that it's still working, because I'm not sure if I still have this. I really hope. Shoot, I'm gonna have to check that also, because it was quite hard to... Yeah, sure. It was quite tricky to... Obviously, because I had to get it from Annie, and she was like, okay, maybe I have these here. Okay, so one of this one should be... Yeah, okay, yeah, so I should have it. And
okay,
sure
that's good.
Yeah, because okay, the motion is a bit off. Okay, but we can shoot. Okay, so it's kind of working. So the thing is that I should just move around, right? Yeah, because of the things. Okay, so the thing with this was, right, that the next for me to implement is, you remember that we had the level editor built into the game, and
I remember.
and I just turned that off. And so the last thing in that regard what I created is that these sectors kind of thing. So each level piece, like LE soldier here and the other soldier there, and the soldiers and robots and the rest. they had a sector number. So when we would run through the corridors, like in the prison or something, there would be like sector 1 activated here. We shoot them down. Then and that was the tricky part, right?
Yeah.
I really got kind of bogged about or screwed around, because we have an AR camera that is kind of based on the camera input of the phone. So it has some kind of coordinates and orientations. Come on, the same thing. Oh, it's just so slow, but yeah. So we had two sets of numbers there, and the thing is that we couldn't animate that, right? So because the next step from, let's say, this is the sector 1, right? That okay, let's move the camera this way, or the player, like because you mentioned you were playing House of the Dead.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then animate that, right? Because it's like so, they're like the camera is now here, animated from their position, and there would be the sector 2 enemies that you would then, shoot down. And then
and they come at you every time when you moved to the next place.
Yes, and then the camera would move again, and then there would be the sector 3 enemies and stuff like that. So
so was the problem was in that to get the enemies working when needed, or?
Well, that was one of the things that's why we created the so many folders and scripts and builds, but we're gonna get there. That's one of the things why I restarted it, so we get really clean.
Okay.
I think it was in the gameplay.
So you are you thinking of it like that? All the enemies are in the game field from 0, and then they sorry.
Yeah, from 0 from the get-go, because then garbage collection wouldn't be. It would be like we first create them, and then they just are just kind of there, and that's why we created this director and sector things. That I'm gonna later on kind of do in this new version.
Yeah.
So this thing, I mean, a lot of things had been commented out, but checking the spawners and things like that. So what it was doing is, because it also, it had kind of like a sector abstraction, let's say, that we are checking the spawners and if the animation's finished, because there would be like later on in the game, like connecting cinematics. Or if you recall, I was talking that I was telling you that we would start off with in the trailer, with like the spaceship is coming down, that's a cinematic, and and then transition into the game, and that would be basically it. Like it would check if all the prerequisites are kind of checked, like animations, and obviously it would be in the sense, like, let's say there would be the shooty part, like here, like we shoot down the enemies, and then whoop, sorry, it's just don't know. Whoop. Come on. Okay, it's somewhere too slow, but so so we done that shooty part. So let's say that's where we're coming out, and that script is basically was checking that okay, all these enemies before, like, come on, man, sector sorry, like sector 3 and the rest is finished, and then it would be doing it can do things like then an animation node that would be a cinematic, right? Like the interrogation
Yeah.
scene. And then, yeah, and then go into, Sector 4 gameplay.
Mm.
And also there would be things like, okay, we got to a next sector, and let's say there would be something like, that's gonna be my spaceship for now. That is a helicopter. But let's say there would be an animation. We got to a scene where an animation plays where the ship or something coming down, and the enemies only spawn or activate when the animation finished, that that the ship or something got down to the earth, and then it can the let's say the soldiers can come out of it or something like that. So it was just basically but the tricky part here with all these where I just really was like, okay, let's I mean, we have these scripts, so it's not gonna be that kind of. It's more like the assets really creating the animations and models, and that's time consuming, not that much the coding part. But, so yeah, the trick was, or the issue with that was obviously is that we were controlling the AR camera.
Yeah.
That we couldn't animate. And so now I came up with an idea that, okay, we're gonna have kind of like an empty thingy, an empty coordinate system, or empty game object or something like that.
Yeah.
That can be animated, and we would treat the input of the AR camera as just as Paul mentioned, or Paul was kind of like thinking about as a vector 3, and then we offset the base animated and all that kind of game object with that vector 3 that would give us something like, let's say I moved to the left, right, in the real world, and then that would move this thing to the left. So it would be in a sense, because we were what the thing was is that we were using the AR camera as a control, as an actual player, like as an actual kind of. Oops. Okay. The other one as an actual. So this is AR core device. So that is our camera.
Yeah.
So we use the actual AR core device or AR device as a player with the, you see, with all these inventory, and step detector and a player script and all that. So when my next kind of or my thought is that we're gonna use just the main camera or like a generic thing that we're gonna be able to then hopefully just animate or play animation on. And then we would add the input of this thing that because this thing is moving around like this, but then we would not be able to animate it, so we would just grab its position and orientation and stuff, and then we would be like, oh, okay, now it animates or something like that, but at the same time we offset it with the same amount, and then it just does the animation like that. Like obviously we always gonna be grounded because we can't float in real life. So there are like well, this is the thing, that it's user UX or user interface, user experience that nobody really experimented with, so we are kind of coming up with these things. But so yeah, it's that thing that now we have figured that part, at least in coding and structure or architecture wise, that you were actually mentioning the regards to playing these old games like Time Crisis and such.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got carried away, but I finished. These are the
no problem. No problem. Good that you told me. And maybe there is some some need to eventually check how is it working in like if there's a hill or like something like that. Have you
Yeah, that's
checked it? If you like begin to
gotcha.
like walk up a hill
Walk
or
up or something,
or
how it gonna
yeah,
register.
how does it work?
So
Yeah,
yeah, right
maybe
now.
it's
Mhm.
yeah, so maybe it's not any problem. Maybe it's like built in that way that it works, but
Well,
just came to mind.
it's actually hardcore detection. Detection. So yeah, because I already run into this problem where when I was testing it in Colchester. So yeah, that does count. We can kind of get away with some things.
Yeah,
But
the
so this is
the way, yeah.
oh yeah, that's why the way, yeah. So this is
Yeah.
a new update. That's why that is actually another thing why we
Mm.
migrating from this old build that is using AR Core. You know, we started
Yeah.
it like when it was in beta or something. Like
Mm.
we were really the first ones who started this. So
Mm.
it wasn't full featured and all that. So there is a new update in this one.
Ah.
I think AR Core 3 point something or 4.
Mm.
But
Yeah, so it's okay.
but basically it's a depth sensing, which is really
Mm.
fucking cool. But the thing is with that is that it gives us through 3D in the sense that up until that point the thing was is that it was only sensing planes
Mm.
in the sense that oh yeah, so yeah, maybe you can saw it there.
Mm.
Sorry, yeah, that one.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
we can generate a 3D mesh
Mm.
out of this. Basically, you remember you sent me the 3D scanner application?
Yeah, Displayland, yeah.
Displayland, yeah, and that's how it's done. So it's mapping
Mm.
according or by the offset in the pixels, the depth,
Mm.
a point cloud, right? Like Displayland is using a point cloud as well.
Mm.
So what's happening now is, yeah, because before that we were using like something like, okay, there is a plane detected here,
Mm.
like
Yeah, so maybe
that's the plane.
it's all fine then. Yeah.
Yeah. So you see that that's, let's say that's a plane there detected, and on a flat surface, right, it kind of works because it's like, yeah,
Mm.
that's how it is. Like, you know, the you
Oh,
know
you know what? you got the stream was cut away
oh,
again somehow.
gotcha. So yeah, so
Yeah, it's back.
our
Nice.
idea was, right, that we would constrain it to either a play field, you know, in the sense like a football field, or like, you know, a playground or something that's kind of flat
Mm.
kind of thingy. And
Yeah.
or the other thing was, right, is that they would play from inside, that now we can actually enable if we transpose it
Mm.
with with this new kind of technique for the AR thingy. With AR Core, with the new update of the AR Core, what we can also, I mean, I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the first build as of now, right?
Mm.
But now we can have these depth thingies.
Yeah.
So what we could do technically, let's say it's a bit higher this point here than this one. That's a bit lower.
Yeah. Mm.
And that's a bit higher. And what we could do is, let's say we have a detected plane here.
Yeah.
Or something, and we would because right now, let's say, right, we
I'm getting ideas now as you are saying, but you go ahead.
well, yeah, basically the thing is that there would be an offset. Let's say we create a spawn point or an enemy here that should be let's say up here or something, but now because we know what's the offset between basically that point and the point of the point cloud, we have the height to offset that, so we will be able to kind of push it up if it's higher or push it down if it's lower. So it would be the same plane. We would just use this kind of point cloud to offset all these things. The more interesting question, that's why we were originally thinking about putting it in, like football fields or like playground fields, is there is open space there, so now we could use real spaces, that we could hide things, we would do something like, okay, if we can see behind the object or something, then put the spawn point there. But what I'm thinking is that for now, let's implement as we had it, like that we are just operating on the plane. Okay, I won't do that again. So, but that we are using this simple plane, and we animate. Then we use this inside mode. You remember we were talking of inside mode and outside mode. And we would first create the inside mode, where like Time Crisis or the arcades you mentioned. And then if that's finished, then some people downloaded it, or we have some traction, then we start to work full on with the outside mode, where we can then because for an inside gameplay we are good as is, like so sorry,
that's working.
So that was the thing, the animation thingy that wasn't really working, but now I haven't implemented it yet, but I'm going to in the coming days. I just needed to put together this kind of assets for the prison corridor piece, so it all kind of, we can see if it just works together. So
and as you were speaking of that depth sensing and such, and it just came to my mind that it would be like really it would be really nice to get it into like that level in the future, maybe not in the near future, but some future, where the AI could sense if you are like, it could like read the environment in that way, that if there is like obstacles in the camera field that say that it's like some object is like in front of you, and then there is free space, then it, how cool it would be if the AI could then like dodge behind those obstacles, like real obstacles. That would be that was just what came to my mind when you explained it.
Well, actually that's actually you, as it's been usually, you're reading in my mind, because that's why I'm like kind of updating this, because that was one of our concerns before, that it could be only played in a straight out field, because we are kind of using virtual obstacles and virtual covers and stuff like that to hide behind. But
well, you know what? I can see like this kind of situation where someone is playing this game, and then someone just pops into the camera field and the enemies dodge behind. They like kidnap people caught in the camera.
yeah, BI people or something.
Yeah, like 5 seconds and she's out.
Oh yeah, that's I think one of the things that the latest AR Core build is having. I think that moving objects they cannot be detected, only static. I mean, still.
Yeah,
that's
that's maybe something that's coming in like some later. Could be in development maybe.
Have you seen the leak project that they think that? Now, man, I gonna look into it because I wanna download.
Which one? They are so
Oh yeah,
amusing.
that's the other thing I wanted to ask you, because I wanna download now this quantum thingy to kind of, now you could use this to play around with the quantum computer locally. But so that there was this late the FBI guy who said that there's also another project I kind of grabbed this.
Okay. I think it was the latest one. I didn't watch it yet. What was it about?
Oh yeah, I let you on it, but so it was basically something
that one, yeah.
quantum computing and AI. And before that show went off, I was like, sorry man, it's just okay. Anyhow, yeah, I have a machine learning setup here with Unity at over the last weekend, because my idea is to maybe now, maybe never, study door 19. I think this one was it.
I think your Apple has some like bigger questions that it's thinking of. It doesn't have time for this.
yeah, it's thinking for itself.
Yeah.
already. Maybe I shouldn't install that anyways. Yeah, so basically that's just I put some machine learning on so we can train models, and my idea is that we would query the quantum computer for like inputs, and we would make eventually like an oracle machine. Like we would train the AI to predict the outcome of the quantum circuits. And
so you're trying to implement like AI technology to your enemies?
Well, this is the thing that
they will become sentient.
Well, that would be the greatest part of what Antti was mentioning, really, right? Like that they would hide behind things and stuff like that. We have implementations for senses, let's say, like vision and hearing and stuff. But what I realized, or what we realized when we were, let me YouTube, maybe, I think renders. Yeah, so what the things we had issues, well, or what we realized is, let's say these enemies, okay, so these are quite sentient, so they look around, they flank you, they hide behind things. So
yeah.
Whoops. So technically this could hide behind the thing that's marked, or like, so if you see, it's kind of it's doing its own thing. It's shooting, now it moved to the right, you see it changed its position, drawing grenades.
Yeah.
It moved to different, it tried to hide behind there, you see. And I wasn't programming that at all, I wasn't giving it like an instruction that you have to first go to, let's say, this obstacle and then go to that one, but it decides, itself. So it is sentient, and it's using senses. Although we're gonna have to resort to this old one, where they are really like actors, if you see what I'm saying. Like if you, it's good that you recently played. You see, it just comes up and down. It's good that you played House of the Dead recently. You remember that the enemies there really was just like quiet like actors. They are not like an AI in, let's say, GTA
The
or something.
Yeah,
AI
that's true.
state in gaming currently is very bad.
Well, I mean, it depends. There are, yeah. Well, I mean, like if you look at it from, because what we are talking about here is that it's like it's gonna use a finite state machine, like it's gonna use a script, like go here, do your duck, then come up, and start attacking, and then play some animation, or let the sheep come in first, and then so it's like it's like a movie, or that's why we call it director, like it's really a movie, like it's a direction, let's do this, that. It's not like well, yeah, on one hand we have a setup where it's quiet, like that's for so what we were talking about with Antti is that we could generate procedurally a play field like this you see in an open field like that. There are obviously the cars, but if imagine it's like here, right? Opa. Like it's kind of like a big field, or over here there is like a big, like place to run around, or like here, you have a huge piece where you just kind of build up the. But
Yeah.
also, if you see, so Antti was right. That what I noticed is, you see, there is like over there, it have a bit of an offset above the ground,
Yes.
and that was because of that thing that Antti was mentioning about the geodesic stuff. Basically, it's that it's it's not a flat plane
It's
like
not
this,
flat, yeah.
but it's like it's curved, or more like actually this.
Why not to make some part of the obstacles just say it so? For example, you sense ground by using some kind of augmented reality technology, I guess.
Yeah.
So how do you generate the obstacles?
Well, this
They
is
are on top of the scene.
they are on top of the scene, correct? And
Why not to make them, for example, infinite to the lower part, and just cut them on the, for example, with your AR ground solution?
well, yeah, this is actually that's what I was actually about to mention.
It's a stupid implementation,
No,
but
no,
it should work like a temporary solution.
that's actually how these things are done. Like, let's say this ground plane
Okay.
is no, it's clever, because let's say this ground plane is like sliced up to pieces, right? Like a grid or something. And if, let's say, yeah, I got
Because I know that the problem with the augmented reality sensing is that, well, for example, the last scene that you were showing, you were playing, for example, on a ground that had grass and stuff, and AR sensing technology. If you would get a bit taller grass, it will be a huge problem for the augmented reality, like sensing, to know that it is not ground level.
Yes.
It will be awful. For example, this error might come out of because there's a if you point out the tree on the background, exactly the roots might be the problem of it sensing the ground level.
I mean, like, those things are taken care of at least, but you are right in the sense that on an uneven terrain, it's obviously a tricky
You will
one.
need something like the HTC Vive got this kind of technology of that you put projectors of IR light on which shines dots on all over the floor, and it senses the overall room. So basically, you have nothing like this, but you're still trying to correlate with the image that you are getting from your mobile phone.
Yes, and now we can, because now we have this depth map kind of thing. So basically, the thing is that if we have this, this is what we were missing for now. That's why I'm kind of cracking on this. because we could only detect before that like the planes, like the table there and stuff like that. But now we can actually get a geometry of the environment. So that's why it's crazy, because it's like actually.
Well, it's kind of demonstration, but still.
It is a demonstration. I'm just trying to look at, maybe there is like one where it's
actually in work.
yeah,
Not
where
like...
it's more like visual.
Yeah.
When was
I
this
know
released?
one
The latest
kind of
one?
this technology,
June
and it's
25th. So it's a month ago.
Okay.
About a month
the
ago.
one
So it's
that
quite.
I know is used to make 3D models by scanning them. Basically, you can scan whole like flat or something like a
The
car.
what was that, Antti? Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Sorry.
What was that one? The scanner you sent me, the Playland.
Displayland.
Displayland, sorry.
That was the one.
But the company is closing, sadly. So
Really?
it will work. It will work till August, and
Wow.
it goes bankrupt.
Wow.
Although
That's no. But there should be others coming, because
I hope so.
Yeah,
Well,
there are some, I think, which are behind like purchase, but I think it's there. But yeah, I liked Displayland. Sad to hear them going, but okay, I understand. I think it's not like they are not like getting the. They
Are we
tried
talking
like
about Displayland?
Yeah.
Yeah, this one which is closing.
Yeah,
Fuck.
and they have these kind of social media side to their app, and maybe it's not working as well as it should or something.
Sure. But they
I
had the
don't
kick-ass
know.
technology, I guess.
Sorry?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just saying that they had great technology. We started to use it with Antti, with like scanning textures and stuff like that, and it's a great workflow. So we wouldn't be able to do that again then, or how? Like, because is it doing it locally, Antti, or it's like we have to download it from the internet?
It's using their cloud to process the scans. So yeah.
It's closed software basically. And on August the 11th, it will just stop the cloud service, so it will not work at all. Sadly.
We have to scan them as much as we can,
see,
or something.
it's developed in Ubiquiti.
Mm.
It's like a side project.
Okay. But then that just means that we gotta maybe look for some other app, and
you're right,
let's see, some same kind app should come, and it's not like the only way to do it, so it's not like anything big.
Yeah, and we can like the first iteration is probably gonna be like so yeah, that's a good example. Oh, that was it. But yeah, that's so yeah, probably if we're gonna model the things first, so we have the things before the scanning, like, and hopefully by that time yeah, they coming out. Yeah, this is a good example with the true kind of depth sensing part of it, that it runs down and it kind of works, so it generates the geometry, and that's what we were missing up until now, and that's why
Okay, so this one is sorry yeah, go ahead.
no, and I was just saying that that's why we were thinking with Antti that Playfield, that, you know, there would be like these concrete like the concrete play fields where they had, you know, like these painted lines and all that, like this, like they would be played on a, you know, child's play field outside, you know, because it's flat and it's even, and it have the features like, you know, it needed. But with this update, new things are opened up, and that's why I'm kind of like redoing a lot of the code and trying to push harder the modeling and all the rest.
Yeah, and this is fun thing that you are showing here, like about the demonstration, and that's like I could imagine it would be using that kind of collider, like if you would have like some weapon in a game where you shoot and then the empty shells
run down or
fly out, and yeah, then they just make this kind of animation on the ground.
Yeah,
Would be fun.
Yeah, so eventually that would be the thing that we would use. Like eventually, I mean that like probably, I'm not sure if I show you guys, I had kind of like an outline of the project, but let's say after the trailer, for the trailer, what we are kind of aiming for is this, what we were talking about with Antti with the House of the Dead version, where you kind of just, aim with the gun or aim with your phone and duck and stuff like that, but you don't really have to run around because you are animated through this virtual world, right? Like and where there are these sort of like animatronics, or like in House of the Dead, the dolls that jump now and come here and act like this and that. If we have that with some of the content in, then we could transition into working on the procedural version of it, that is like mixing it with this kind of thing, like basically, let's say using something like in a version of this, and how it's called, like well, it's like a 3D BSP, but like in 3D we are doing the same thing what you were mentioning about the grid system. So, but the thing is that we would use kind of 3D grid system. I know it's not in perspective, but whatever. So there would be obviously these little cubes of real space or reality. like in Minecraft, and a bunch of it, up and down, and where we have an occlusion, we would remove a block, and we would only be able to place virtual objects where there are empty spaces of that block, basically. So we would use this binary space partitioning technique to map the actually visible scene. So, and then from there, the whole thing, like enemy here, enemy there, would be procedurally generated. But before that, obviously, we have to know that, like, oh, in reality, we have an obstacle here, and in reality we have an obstacle here, because right now we didn't know these things, so we could only say like put an enemy here, and just do it randomly, right? Or what we were doing is, like, as you saw before, like, okay, first we put a digital obstacle here, we put a digital obstacle here, we put a digital obstacle there, and then we put the enemy behind that, or occlude it somewhere like there. But with this technique, while that's the thing, that it has to be procedural and in motion, so because the person can actually walk around in a real space, and it has to be like, okay, the current scene that is visible, there is an obstacle there, the obstacle there, so it has to be a continuous kind of checking of the environment, and we wouldn't be able to kind of manipulate the scenery or the way the animation plays out, if it makes sense, because we are not controlling the scene. Like like I mentioned that we would build these corridors and things like that, but we wouldn't be able to build those corridors because those are tied to the home of the user or the play field of the user. So So in that regard, that's why I prefer that we start off with the on rails or like a light gun shooter version where we
Yeah.
can kind of control everything and we can tell a story. And if we have that and we have some traction, we could work on, you know, the level editor, making it procedural and stuff. And if all those done, then we move on to the multiplayer, which we talked about, and then we are done with the Matrix, really.
Yeah.
in the sense,
Yeah.
we gotta be on top of the world. So by that time, we won't even have to think about these things, or just like sipping cocktails. So, but first things first, we gotta have to do a shit ton of modeling. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the legwork.
Yeah. So first things first. So all these weird lines. It's just like
You with your ideas of Matrix, and I'm trying to just follow the ball correctly in my game.
it's not that far
Far
off.
away.
It's not that far off, man. It's pretty close actually. It's vectors. It's just the vectors really. But yeah, sorry about this rant. I hope it wasn't too long for you, Wanty. Sorry.
No,
I
it's
just
just
wanted to fill
it's
you
just
in.
good to hear.
You know, technology. What are the things that we are, you know, doing, and why, and what's happening, and stuff like that. Like I wasn't just, you know, modeling and texturing, but kind of rebuilding this tech stack as well.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, it's great to hear, and hopefully all these updates on the AR core will be for the good. It seems like so, and
Yeah.
maybe take some kind of steps out of our own work. That's always nice. Yeah, glad to know, and good that it's getting into a even more accurate form.
Oh yeah, and also for your, you know, like because in the meantime, yeah, Antti was like sending me pictures like regarding the backstory. That it was really cool that you mentioned the ponds and water as like a natural portal, you know, to the other dimension, or to the dark side, or higher realm or something. Yeah, that was so cool. It was really resonating with me, man.
Yeah, that's like something that would be actually fun. Just an idea that popped out like just now. That
You know what?
if there would be like something like in the game, if you would go near the water, maybe it could do something crazy stuff or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are funny things. Like, well, as well, Chaba knows, but I can say that, like, as we began, then I've wrote like many stories and much of like backstory to different kind of characters, and there's this one character which is like just like these things that, well, many conspiracy theorists are coming with, like the thoughts that there are like these human hybrids, and yeah, this one character is just from that category, and then it was funny that her backstory was related to really closely to the things that these native Africans have, like, beliefs about these mami wata spirits, and so it was like it's like a funny thing that has happened in our project, like many times, that we just come up with ideas and then later on we find out that, wow, it's something like It has like a background.
yeah, and when it actually happened, like the virus and the COVID came about, that was like fuck, man, it's like
Yeah.
crazy.
You know what? I wanted to, especially with Annie, for like information purposes, I would like to present you, if you don't know about it, like stuff like SCP Foundation.
SCP
Do you know this
Foundation?
stuff? Yeah. Seriously, you both don't know about it?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're in for a ride.
Go ahead. Like
Okay, so
I'm not sure.
SCP Foundation is mm,
Oh yeah,
it,
now I know it. Yeah, gotcha.
it's fucked up. Seriously, so much creative stuff is
Yeah.
inside this stuff.
Yeah, they
You
they
need
have a really
to
cool
listen.
like
You need to
god and stuff.
read.
Yeah.
It's open source. You can use everything from this. There's a lot of rules of making, like it's like a fictional organization
Yeah.
document by the web-based collaborative fiction project on the same in the same name. So all information is free. You can just take a character from there. The sad part about all of this stuff is that no really like quality content is made of this. Like a lot of information is available about this, but no real quality content is made about this. And maybe uh, you are thinking in future to implementing your like VR game like in like horror region. Just if you will be searching for some kind of horror content, please use this one because this is just amazing. For example, I can share like a channel in Discord about a guy who is just reading the stories from this SCP Foundation website, and it's kind of, I don't know. Periodically, I don't know, like a smoking break or something. I just turn it
Mhm.
on and just listen because it's very cool. The fantasy behind this whole lore is great. People are like, I don't know. I never seen such quality horror before.
Wow.
One moment, SCP. Where the hell is he? The Volgun, yeah. I will share the channel. Here you go. Just try to watch a random video about, I don't know, like possession mask or polymorphic humanoid or like, I don't know, any of the SCPs. The quality of the production of the videos he's making is good, but the main is the story and the background of the character. The I don't know. It's hard to explain. You need to just try it out sometime. I'm very currently sad of the obscurity of this project because people are the fans of the project are making new SCPs. There are a lot of rules to make them properly, so they are following the rules how to
Also, there are
properly.
rules to it. I thought it's absolutely free for.
Ah.
It's absolutely free.
Oh yeah, I mean like
So if to be a part of SCP universe, you need to create characters which follows the all rules that they are implementing inside. So it will be like, I don't know, inside this universe basically,
yeah, I wasn't
which is
aware
like
that
a
there are.
parallel universe to ours basically. Same year, same
Mm.
time, but somewhere in Nevada desert, for example.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because they like imprisoned in the desert or
yeah,
something.
exactly.
Mm.
So there's a lot of things, and I really appreciate the community, but sadly, nothing. For example, I would really like to watch a movie about this, about their even anything, even shit like shitty quality, like Netflix series, but nothing is like being done. Only
Mm.
shitty quality, like Unity, the one that was, if you remember correctly, Unity had like. Premium features like occlusions, which you had to buy Unity Pro version. Otherwise,
Oh,
if you do not buy, the occlusions will not be activated, and your game will be like optimized like shit.
Oh yeah.
So from the years of that feature, basically there was a game which like you were playing as a D quality personnel, which someone calls like disposable people, and you will try to survive an outbreak of some kind of some of the objects, basically of SCP objects. And this was quite kind of fun, but it was long ago. This is the only quality project about this that was actually created, but this is like very long ago, sadly. But people still are creating new documents, creating new fake classified objects and stuff. For example, SCP-300008 is an IKEA retail store that has infinite interior space with no outer physical bounds. It's like so yeah, and it's documented like it was a real thing that that people came. They there's a lot of like censored stuff, fake, of course, fake censored, like name of the doctor who was like trying to measure the area and stuff, like why this pocket dimension works, who was finding skeletons of people who died there. Like it's
Wow.
it's very like settling, like it's not like a jump scare horror, it's very like psychological, like pressure horror, like interesting
Yeah.
stuff that you are interested
That's
in.
better even.
Yeah, have you read the God? I think, or was that was an entity that could actually get out and could do anything, and he
A
was
god
only
entity, exactly. Yeah, he
wanted
was
something
like,
like
I will stay
cheeseburger.
here because
Yeah,
I
because
want
you guys
so.
fun. I was like, yeah, that's really funny. That's really cool, actually. Yeah.
There was actually on this channel, I guess there was a slight like or no, a game show of death, the famous SCP-173 sculpture.
Okay.
So yeah, just take a look at it. It's a good like interesting like 20-minute videos for consumption, basically. Just wanted to share it, to take it all out, because sadly this thing is some kind of dying right now. Little movies is being made, like fan movies, even with good quality, but nothing else, sadly. And while it is dying, some Russian guy is trying to copyright all of this stuff, like
Okay.
everything in association with this stuff. He's trying to copyright everything,
But it's
of
open
course.
source, right?
But he's trying to copyright the method of creating the STPs, and he's trying to gather everything that people and the community has created by his. I don't know how he will be able to do it, but still, it's kind of stupid idea.
Yeah, and also,
Okay.
well, this is the thing, that copywriting thing seems like there was a dude who was like copyrighted the fork and yeah, because there was no copyright on it, and he was like, hey, I copyright the fucking fork, and then they made like instead of 3 or something, they made it 4 instead of 5, kind of thing. That's stupid, I know, but so this is the thing that and there are also, like, because there was one with spoon and basic stuff, like really basic stuff, so, and they eventually like kind of phase out, but I understand, like, there are like I mean, at the
People.
the fork one, I was really amazed by that guy. Like, fuck, man, you are someone, some sneaky one. But
Well, at least I was happy to introduce you to this stuff.
oh
You
Yeah,
didn't
that's
know
cool.
about
really
them,
happy
because
to
for you as Annie,
check it.
you're a creative person, I think it will be like a treasure, a small treasure,
Wow.
if you would like.
Yeah.
Because
Maybe
it's
delayed.
like I like science fiction, and somehow it like picks some strings of my soul, So it's
That's
like
cool.
in that level. I don't know.
Yeah, and also, I mean, for inspiration, definitely, because there is what I liked about these ones is that they are a mix between occult and the techie stuff. Like it was
Mm.
really free form.
Yes,
Like
exactly,
yeah, it's
exactly.
not
Yeah,
just like
it's like
aliens
science
or
fiction,
like
but some kind of
some magic
spice
or like
inside of yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
like a
In
science
between.
in between, yeah.
Scientists dealing with magic.
Yeah,
Mm.
kind of, which is fun, I think.
That is a good take.
Ikea. Is it Ikea?
Like SCP-3558 eyelid removal tool. What? Eyelid removal tool. Who would like even think about this? Yo,
There are some fun ones.
Cyber Child, Wendigo Skull,
Wall of Flesh.
Teenage Succubus, like Motherberg, Nerf gun with actual
Nerf gun.
bullets. What?
Yeah, so
Jungle in a jar, virus, like mold.
yeah, so we started to Anti's our writer, and we base our writing basically on well, I guess some old people would call it like John Dee called it well, but basically like visions and like hunches, but really some things are like really coming, like, you know, I don't know, like there are sometimes things that's just like fuck, it was like we talked about it half a year ago.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, Nonti is creating like characters for it and writing a big channel, like a big story. So it's not like you know, it's
Yeah, it began like as a really like pretty basic story, but then we felt, and I felt, that it's nice to create it into a broader world, and then it took wings, and now there's like a story arc that can be filled like in like really long kind of curve, but there are like some kind of it's like an episodic take, so it's not like a problem if there's like a story from here or story from there. You always kind of learn new things, but it's not like something that you miss out if you don't read like all the parts.
That's really cool. SCP. Yeah, and because it's like in between, in the gray zone of like of the occult and like the technology thing is, it's like, yeah, we probably can grab a lot of things from these stories and these kind of enemies and objects, because we were like we had some enemies, right, until like the, like, you know, the Bionegator, and we had things thinking out, like, you know, the Bionegator stuffs and well, yeah, obviously, like, you know, main actors, but like canon, I was thinking of like cannon fodder enemies, like the, well, like the street crow, you know, we have that, and like we had the spider, and but like some generic fillers could be probably grabbed here. Let's say this eye, kind of cool idea, maybe it's can be, you know, some kind of something like this. Maybe you can be an apparition like later on in one episode, you know, where it's like in the other realm or something, right?
Yeah, and there was really nice actually really nice inspiring game, other game on the arcade that felt like, wow, hey, these are nice, like different kinds of aliens that roll out to the screen. It was like Space Gun, that was the name. Space Gun was the name of the game. Hey, sorry, I have to check on something.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh wow. So yeah, Paul. So that's what we we kind of do.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I have like, I don't know, ingested some information from you. basically.
Yeah, sorry,
And
it was too
some
convoluted.
no, it's good. And funny thing is that while I was listening to you, I found official Unity tutorial about moving the camera.
Oh,
So
really?
maybe with a rolling ball. So maybe this is not like the first
Wow.
time people like have this problem rolling a ball game. So actually somebody already made this kind of game, so it will be easier for me to learn, but I have grabbed a lot of stuff by trying to solve this situation on my own, so it's a good
True, then
experience.
yeah, then maybe what the one I sent you was like a kind of like a misleading thingy. The
So it's
alternative
like
first to
8
camera.
videos of making rolling a ball game from Unity official channel.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah. Weird.
Well, yeah, I would say they.
I hope I won't wake up my son. So yeah.
But that's cool then. Oh, gotcha. Now we're talking. Yeah, man, that's what I like.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. There's like new games with this kind of genre. Maybe it's like I don't know how it's called, like point shooter,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
arcade shooter.
Yeah, I think they are the light gun games, like in.
Ah, a light gun. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe because the first iteration was a light gun from Dandy or something. Don't remember.
yeah, yeah.
There are still new games developed with this in mind.
Really?
I think it's Japanese horror games about taking photos of ghosts.
Oh, wow.
Maybe I will try to find it right now. Mm,
Haha. Vicces. Oh, so it
it was
go.
quite famous some time ago. Well, in like not globally, but still.
Wow.
Hmm.
Or maybe the Fatal Frame.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Fatal Frame.
Yeah, that was a that was a cool one. Yeah.
It's I think the new like version of the game is being developed.
Oh, wow.
It's actually called Project Zero.
Oh,
But Fatal Frame is like US market name.
oh, gotcha.
Ah, sorry.
Oh, no worries.
I'm back.
Yeah, so I was looking at that's cool. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's a cool game, right?
But
yeah.
it's currently developed only on Wii U.
Okay.
Oh,
But yeah, the thing is about this game, like I felt like, hey, that like this is kind of also a nice way of like create. They have like really nice look on some of those aliens, like
Mhm.
funny thing about them, like really nicely done, and yeah, and even though it's like this old game, it had like really nice way of
it's old,
way
but
of
it
like
looks cool, like retro style. Not
Yeah.
good quality.
it was quite surprisingly good, and like in that way that when you are shooting all these aliens, then if you shoot for the head, then it hits you. If you shoot for the hand, then it bites, and like some like pretty smart things for like this old game. It was surprising.
You had to do something smart because it was kind of hard to create something in the days, basically.
Yeah,
All
like
games were unique.
check these enemies. Any part
Yeah.
that you shoot, then the other parts start to attack.
Wow, now I understand. So they stick
Modular
around,
enemies.
and they have a head there.
Yeah,
Fucking hell,
yeah.
that's
But yeah,
cool.
like would be maybe fun to
Explore, right?
think of. Explore like this kind of alien enemies too. Like as there are like that kind of thing, and like when
Or
when
including the aliens, or like alien kind, alien styled entities.
enemies,
Mhm.
yeah, they
Enemies.
maybe like that they are like a bit like alien styled enemies, like maybe some virus victims or something that could have.
By the way, guys, Annie, are you an artist?
I'm like a self-taught artist. I'm having like a day job elsewhere, but this is like the thing
Like
I'm
2D artist, I guess.
mostly, yeah. I'm done those 3D sculpts, but 2D is like the main.
My friend is a traditional artist,
Mm.
so maybe just for like a refresh or something, I can ask him just to draw something, anything, and just send it to you just to see if you would get ideas from it or something. I just wonder if he always asks me to get him material, to fantasize about. Let's say it that way.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
always happy with those things.
Okay, so I'll tell him to draw something. Like, what do you want to be drawn? Simultational.
Yeah, that was
Maybe even alien model or something. Like just a concept art or something.
Yeah, so we had
maybe.
yeah, because we had now the other ship. No, it's just not working. Right, because we had the ship, so we good on that. I was thinking, oh, maybe the thingy, the huge tentacle monster.
That's
He
good.
likes this kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's good. That's something that's free for creation. Yeah.
Right, like because it should be like a huge, big ass. Yeah, let me.
I can try to find something that he
What
actually
happened to
drew.
this thing? Jesus! Wow. Okay, my Mac is just dying.
Yeah, the idea was that there would be like a tentacle monster in the end of the
So like a boss.
like a sort of a boss which comes out when they are about to escape, like in the final finish of the trailer. We were thinking that maybe it could come out from the building, or maybe it could come out from some kind of dimensional holes or something, but yeah, something like that, but don't have like we yeah.
I would show something like format that he'll draw in. Basically, this is like in the chat. So this is one of the things that he drawn. basically some kind of future soldier or something, just like a concept.
Yeah, my Mac is
Hmm.
dying. I can't really do now anything, so I can just click around. So it's cool, man. Yeah, that's
Okay,
cool.
that's looking really nice.
So
It's
maybe
actually
that's
in
why,
it's
because he's searching for like material to draw ideas.
mm,
And in the sense that, Auntie, you like this kind of bionic,
yeah, that's
uh,
just like
look,
Barocco.
like on Barocco, right? Like, yeah, that's what I was
Mm.
saying. Like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, because that's how we kind of. Let me see if I have it on the stream somewhere. Like,
And also, this is too big file
like
on
one
moment.
of the. I just wanted to show one of the tentacles, but like, yeah, it's kind of like that, like the bionic muscle, right? So.
And like this. I don't know if I'm allowed even to show this, but I think he won't mind.
Mm. Nice.
That's cool, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really cool. It reminds
Hmm.
me, you remember, Auntie, of the old painting of you with the golem?
Yeah.
Some, I don't know, maybe because of the desert and crystal palace.
Hmm. Yeah, it's in line with that. Yeah.
So
Bring-
okay, so I'll message him, ask him if he wants to participate in like creating like concept art or something, just for fun.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
sure.
these look cool. Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, Auntie must, and Auntie knows it. Like, and I mean, like, it's these arts are not going out the window or going to the trash, because all these, like, I keep them dearly here on my little, drive and stuff like that. But so yeah, there is, yeah.
That reminds me of Warframe.
I never played that though.
Mm, I'm not
Corpus
too
Mortem.
familiar with that too.
Interesting. I'll show you.
Sure. But so what
I remember the name. Yeah.
is that like, yeah, the thing is that we don't have that many like modelers and texture artists, so it just takes time, to make them into reality, really. But like, so yeah, these are not like, thrown out the window. It's just yeah, it takes time to implement.
Yeah, these are nice in that way, like those pictures that you send, that they are like whole pictures. Most of mine which I've done are like done only for like straight for texturing or something like that. That's not like
he's working in 2D. He's trying. This is what I've sent. The last one. This is like a corpus model from this game. But sometimes they remove the lower part of their, let's say, helmet, and they look like yours, but your like looks like dark or something. This like yeah. So he's trying to work in the how is it called, sculpting software, like popular one.
Mudbox?
I forgot. What?
Well, either ZBrush or Mudbox.
ZBrush.
Yeah,
So he's trying to do something there also. I was trying to do something, but I do not have like the imagination of an artist. Let's say like this. I can do like logical stuff, but like something like imagination is like close to me. So yeah, I'm more like technical.
Oh, that's cool.
Guy. So yeah. So basically, what should I ask him, or should I even add him to this Discord or something?
Yeah, I mean, we welcome anyone, because we we are just the two of us, right, Auntie? Like we need all the help.
He's currently asleep, but I think he would accept to help you.
Like, I'm always happy, I guess. So I mean, at least I'm super happy, because I love to do these things, but I just not fast enough to do these. So that's how we
Okay, so
got together
I'm
with Auntie.
sending the invite
Through
to
forums.
this channel. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Ursus. there. I'll phone him later tomorrow and explain about all this stuff. I
Yeah.
think that his imagination will start working as soon as he will see the something like your demo of the game or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how artistic people do this because their gears start to grind inside their head as soon as they see inspiration or something. It's like crazy stuff. Legal drugs.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
there's
this.
something like that.
I'm more like growing. You know, for example, this ball that I showed you, this will grow and be like.
Oh yeah, the ball.
There's a game design like stage which is called vertical slice. Basically, you create mechanics on a small scale on one level which is like 10 to 10 meters or something. Yeah, you like think about mechanics, you create
Yeah.
controls, you do smooth stuff, and
Yeah,
then
like
you
isolating them
expand.
like here. Yeah. Like just
Hmm.
make a like separated. That's a kind of issue I saw most streams, that they put it right into the game, and it's just
Yeah,
hard for them to
it's
debug.
kind of
Hmm.
crazy because
Like
to
because
put
it's
it
just
right
like
into the game.
yeah, it's just 4 entity here, so it's like easy to that's that, and that's what's it's like isolated. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, my kind of game will ask you to traverse obstacles. So you will jump, you will like do platformer stuff
Mhm.
with some kind of anything like visual effects. I will create shaders for making you uncomfortable to play this game or something. No, I don't know. There's a lot of ideas about this. I will switch gravity. This is my main idea, to switch gravity when you roll around to make you confused in
Oh,
some areas,
Hmm.
cool.
to create like visual let's say lensing effect, like invert colors or something. No, just there's a lot of simple game idea which can be expanded with a lot of things basically.
Mhm. Mhm.
On how, but still I need to flush out the core mechanics, like the one that I show you. I have already some ideas on how to make this to properly. You need to be comfortable to control the ball in the world. You need to feel comfort when you watch the game. This is, but I didn't know that this is such a big thing about the game development, that everything depends on how you place the camera. I never thought about that before.
Yeah.
For example, my game will be completely different if I will place camera in a bit strange angle, or I will limit the movement of like horizontal movement or vertical movement. For example, if I want to jump up but I cannot look up, how will it be? Like, there's a lot of questions. I do not know.
Yeah, like yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
definitely.
simple game design, but still it raises a lot of questions. Good for practice, I guess.
Good, because it really like I think it's good in the sense that it really, I guess, how you say it, like trains your analytical or logical mind, like you like thinking and like, oh, that's what I wasn't thinking of, and like, oh, that's what should happen and stuff like that. Like imagine we are playing around with this for some I actually for quite some years, and now just got to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, that's a matrix vector transformation, and like yeah, I know it's now, like, even for 2 years, and I was actively playing this. Oh yeah, until now you have a new phone. Now I can send you a build of maybe the old one or something.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll have a go on it.
Because yeah, that was the other thing. Like Auntie wasn't couldn't try it out before.
By the way,
Mm.
I saw a similar game to my. It's not hard to find similar idea games like mine. It's like maybe the first idea that comes into mind to create something. So basically, the guy realized it. He dropped the project, but sadly, but he made it so the ball was like a light source, which was a
Oh,
halo around the ball,
that's clever,
and
actually.
huh?
That's clever. Like it's a fresh idea.
Yes, and he is trying to like travel around a city that is like post-apocalypse or something, and he is like it's like a platformer, but he doesn't see anything, and the only light that it is in the world is like a bit of light projections in front and in the back. So basically, he has to find his own way in broken buildings to move up or move down or some. No, there's a target basically, and the thing is that if he runs on a plane or there's a, like the broken building is made of basic shapes, and if he touches this basic shape, it lights up. So basically, it looks like you are creating this rundown building, but you will have to look
Oh,
where you actually roll because there are like holes and stuff and really good ambient music. But sadly, the project got dropped. But still, kind of interesting.
fuck. Oh, sorry. My Mac is. I don't know what's happening with the Mac. Fuck.
It's a Mac. Come on.
It's like
It's
what?
normal state.
It's something the. I can only click basically, so I can only click from now on,
Oh, okay.
which is fine.
So,
It's just shit.
mm,
Okay, at
Is
least
there a function like raising elephants in Mac?
raising elephants.
You don't. It's a backup plan in Linux basically. You press raise up with combination of keys, and it's kind of interesting function.
Oh, it must be
As a
something I pressed. Like
it's kind of yeah. Mac actually got raise up. Interesting
I probably
because
screwed
it's based
something
on
up.
Unix. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It is Unix, Linux stuff. I've just because I was
It's
trying to.
basically a way to kill your operating system.
Oh,
Sick term signal, maybe you know this. It's raise up means on raw, which grabs everything. Like keyboard is talking to the core of the system.
yeah.
It sends E, like raise up, terminate all process that is running.
Mhm.
Then it tells like E, kill, sig kill all processes that cannot be killed by terminate.
Oh, yeah. With the
Then it
IQ.
synchronizes all the files on system. On S, on U, it's unmounts the file system, and on B, it's reboots. So it's like talking to the core of the system, basically.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
interesting. Had
uh,
to use it a lot.
I can kill like network processes and stuff like that, like for setting up servers and IP, basically the ports, and stuff like that. But the thing is that I don't even know what have I, because I probably pressed some weird combination, although I was just typing and
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
hey, you know what? It seems like I got to go and check the kids that they are getting there. They don't wake up anymore. And maybe we are quite good for
Oh
today.
yeah, we can. Yeah, sure, we can carry on later. I probably gonna have to do a restart anyhow, and Yeah, probably gonna pop out for a smoke. But yeah, we are good, I think. Yeah, sorry,
Yeah, it's 2 in the morning. We need sleep. We are human beings. Like, yeah, we can talk till 7 o'clock like we used to with you actually.
like yeah, and
After 15 minutes, we will start about like holographics systems and stuff.
yeah, now it's the second shift coding
Yes.
AR reality now. So I mean, I probably have to do some, but
I think you will have to go to sleep too, like we normal people, like do people stuff,
yeah,
because
Yeah.
actually the main problem of what I do not know like how you guys, but I'm currently unemployed, and the main pitfall of this stuff is fucking up your like sleeping cycle. This is like extreme stuff because as soon as you will find a job or something, uh this will be like a horrible trip for you because you are used to do things at night because for example your wife sleeps or your children sleep or something. You're basically alone. You can do whatever you can do, and it's like feeling of being safe which lures you into not sleeping at nights. And when you're like doing this for like a week, you get used to it and you fuck up your life basically.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what's happened. Like, well, not that much, but like having some week off from work, and then
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
realize that you go sleep more late, and oh no.
it's a morning.
Okay, birds are already singing around. Okay, it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's the sun is greeting me. Yeah, but hey, it was just nice to have a talk from like had that pause for a few weeks, and really nice to hear from you and to see all these things. And
Yeah, I'm sorry, Antti, not
yeah,
listening to you.
happy to
Like, you know, I was
get
just fucking
forward.
because like you made some you mentioned that you made some progress on one of the story pieces that I'm not sure. I might have it, and I'm gonna definitely read it in this week then.
Yeah, it's going well forward. Like, yeah, the part maybe.
Guys, goodbye.
Sorry.
Oh,
I'll go.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
needs to stop because
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
will
Good.
drag.
Have a good
Have a
rest.
good night. Yeah, I will.
Yes.
I will update you if you are interested later in my game.
yeah, definitely. Cheers, man.
Yes.
See ya.
Nice. See you.
Have a good one, mate.
Okay. Yeah. Well, maybe I won't go too much into it, but yeah. Well, you when you get to read it, maybe we can have a talk about it. There are some
Sure.
parts that I feel that would be maybe fun to discuss.
Definitely. Was it sent to me on Messenger on Facebook?
On Messenger, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
It's there.
yeah, okay.
Do you want me to send the link again?
Maybe I'm rolling back.
Mm.
June, July. Oh, we talk a lot, but that's good. Yeah,
I can also.
maybe if you. Oh no, no, that's a YouTube link. Sorry, yeah, maybe.
I can.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
It shouldn't be too tough for me to comment on the link, so it jumps back for you.
Oh, Thanks, man. Yeah, because I have like an old, like a light, messenger light, and oh yeah, and I was also thinking about this Discord thing. Is that we can do? I just haven't had time to look into this. Do like channels, like art and stuff like that. And maybe we can put things here. But I was just like, yeah, yeah, I couldn't get around that part.
Yeah, but that these are nice and nice to get like new voices here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and I just set it up for like whomever is fancy to follow us, like Paul from Lithuania. He found me on while I was streaming on Twitch,
Okay.
and he needed some help from or like coding wise, and I was like, yeah, sure, I can, I can help you out. So he now showed me that what he was doing, and he just came about that the whole thing mixed up together now. So
Yeah, nice to. I wasn't sure.
what's happening, right?
Oh yeah, but I'll jump in, no problem.
So yeah,
But
yeah,
hey,
he was recording. Yeah, sorry.
have a good
Yeah.
read. I popped it for you there, and yeah, maybe they're looking at this guy's artwork, which this other dude sent.
Mhm.
I feel that like there could be like nice help on texturing like fabrics and clothing and armor and such.
Oh, that would be a huge thing, because like I'm not sure if it's still open, but like yeah,
Because mainly mainly I begin my workflow from head and follow there on. So maybe some of these kind of basic clothes and such could be like nice add up.
yeah, because yeah.
But hey, maybe it's good moment to
wrap
get a
up.
rest and
Yeah, so yeah, and thanks for Antti, like for sticking around, and I know it's like years of thingies, but if you see, right, like we slowly get there, right? Like it's
yeah, and
getting
it's
there.
always like it and don't feel like it's a long time. I don't feel like that's like it's a thing that has its own pace, and it's going forward in every way, and some things move faster, some things get further, like slower, but in the end all of these things will get finished, and yeah, then we have good stuff.
Yeah, if we, yeah, if yeah, I think so. Yeah, so yeah, thanks, man, for all the things. I think I'm gonna give a read to it now, so as like a chill
Cool.
and like turn off the
Nice.
bulk, and yeah, and then maybe just do some small piece modeling, and then yeah, maybe weekend time, or later talk or something.
Yeah,
Maybe over
maybe we
Facebook.
can time, and yeah, let's check back later on and fix up it like more precisely, no problem.
Cool.
And I actually maybe gonna read it to like refresh.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, because I'm already writing the next part, so it's
Oh, wow.
it's maybe nice to see it from there too.
That's cool, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a read, and and then let's do a recap on that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and yeah.
Man.
Always feeling like beginning the next topic. But it's good. It's nice to talk. It was a nice nice evening.
Yeah.
And back with you on the next time.
Yeah. Have a good one, Antti.
Yeah, you too. You too. Okay, have a good rest.
Take care.
Yeah, you too. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. No. De ma is fagyott. Maybe it is dead. But then what the hell? Okay, we're gonna need some for it. What again? Famous. Okay, we need a restart. We need a restart now and then recap soon. Yeah.